The Galactic Council chamber buzzed with uneasy murmurs. Representatives from 17 spacefaring civilizations stood clustered around a central holographic display, one that showed a single human vessel approaching their fortified defensive perimeter. The Thorian fleet, a formidable armada of 300 warships, held its position at the edge of the Orion Arm. Their crystalline hulls shimmered in the cold starlight. "This is madness," growled Supreme Commander Kathax, his mandibles clicking with irritation. "The humans know we've blockaded their advance into the Arm. They know we outgun them on every front. Why send one ship?" The vessel in question, designated HSS Prometheus, continued its steady approach. By standard metrics, it was unimpressive. 2 kilometers long, a fraction of the size of the 10-kilometer Thorian dreadnoughts. Long range. Scans detected no abnormal energy readings, no massive weapon arrays, nothing that explained this apparent recklessness. Ambassador Zilla of the Silicon Consciousness shifted her holographic form, flickering slightly. "Perhaps they seek diplomatic resolution. Humans have always approached problems unpredictably." "No," Kathax replied, voice like grinding stone. "They've gone silent for weeks. Whatever this is, it isn't diplomacy." The Council watched. As the Thorian fleet issued 3 formal warnings, 3 times the human ship remained silent. At 5 million kilometers out, the Thorians launched a standard warning volley, plasma torpedoes detonating harmlessly in the ship's path. The sea chamber held its breath, expecting Prometheus to turn back. It didn't. Instead, the ship began to change. Panels slid, armor reshaped. What had seemed like a solid hull reconfigured itself like a living puzzle. Plates peeled back to reveal a surface made of billions of glinting units. Nanites. "Nanotechnology," whispered Ambassador Zix. "The entire vessel is—" She never finished. The Prometheus multiplied. Its nanite structure divided and reassembled. From one ship came 2, then 4, then 16. Identical copies, perfect down to the last detail. "Impossible," Kathax roared. The energy required for replication would, but replication continued. Each new vessel bore its own propulsion systems, weapons, and defensive arrays. Within minutes, the lone human craft had become a fleet, over 500 ships, each larger than the original. The Thorian fleet opened fire with everything they had. Plasma lances, fusion warheads, beam disruptors, space lit up with lethal brilliance. But the human vessels absorbed the hits. Nanites flowed, redistributed, adapted. Damage vanished as if it had never occurred. Then the humans struck back. Their attack wasn't made of beams or explosives. It was fluid. Rivers of nanites surged across the void. Where they touched Thorian ships, they dismantled them atom by atom, consuming and repurposing material in seconds. By the first stars, someone in the chamber breathed. They hadn't sent a ship, they had sent a virus, a mechanical virus. The battle, if it could be called that, lasted minutes. When it ended, the Thorian fleet was gone. In its place, a vast cloud of nanites already, organizing into new human ships. The blockade hadn't just fallen, it had been devoured. A transmission blinked into existence within the chamber. No voice, just text. "The Prometheus Protocol sends its regards. We would now like to negotiate the terms of our expansion." Kathax, his pride and fleet reduced to nanoscopic dust, could only stare. "Why?" he finally asked. "Why show us this now?" Another message appeared. "Humanity has learned through long experience that the most effective demonstrations require perfect timing. You assumed us primitive because we allowed it. You believed us weak because we presented as such. But in the years since, First Contact, we haven't been idle. We haven't built ships or weapons. We've built adaptability." Silence gripped the chamber. Then Ambassador Zack spoke. We've misunderstood them entirely. This wasn't a battle plan. It was a thesis, a proof of concept. Kathax nodded grimly. They can become anything. One ship or 1,000. Warfleet or planetary processor. They're no longer bound by matter or energy as we understand it. The final message came. Shall we discuss those expansion rights? For the first time in its 1,000-year history, the Galactic Council moved to a unanimous vote, without debate. They approved human expansion. Because sometimes the most terrifying force in the universe isn't superior firepower. It's not overwhelming numbers. It's the quiet certainty of sending exactly what's needed, nothing more, nothing less. And the humans had known that all along. One ship, and it had been more than enough.